The golden rule when it comes to your money. We're talking today. This is the third episode in our series on guilt-free impulse spending, but we're talking today about the tool that kind of feels just like the golden rule when it comes to your money. Super simple, but so powerful. Let's get to it. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. We are talking about guilt-free impulse spending. This is our third episode in a 5-episode series. So you're still here. So congratulations. Yay. Kudos. Super excited. It might not seem like a big deal, but prioritizing yourself and your money consistently is not necessarily an easy thing, and you're here doing it. Let's quickly recap what we've talked about. The first episode was on what impulse spending is and why we do it. And then the second episode, we were talking about what you need to stop doing. So we needed to stop spending haphazardly without a budget, tool, systems in place. This wasn't like a good versus bad. This is like the lens we have to remove here because so much of this is about like emotions, feelings, thoughts. There's not a good versus bad. We've removed that, okay? This is just about being better and continuing to improve, okay? So the tool today that we get to talk about that kind of feels like the golden rule, like when it comes to your money, is the 24-hour rule. Now, the best thing is the 24-hour rule doesn't cost you anything. It actually saves you money. But before I can get into that and explain really what the 24-hour rule is, we have to talk about the two main types of impulse spending. First one, big ticket impulse spending. So you're not the one that goes by the grocery checkout line and picks up like the candy bar or whatever, but you'll come home with a new vehicle or a four-wheeler, fun toy, you'll buy a luxury massage, the big ticket items, okay? Or the other side, it's like the little things. You avoid the big things. You're doing great, but you will end up buying something at the gas station or you're making a Target trip. Sorry, I'm not a Target person, but I know a lot of people are. Or the impulse Starbucks run, which again, we're not having to cut all of them. This is just about putting tools in place. Late night Amazon purchases. I know this one got me a lot. I had to exclusively pump for Wyatt, my second son. In those late night pumping sessions, I bought way too much on Amazon. Or this also could be like takeout, impulse takeout. Okay, so you avoid the big things, but we kind of like nickel and dime, $20 here, not that big of a deal, right? So the 24-hour rule really helps more with the big ticket impulse spending. Depending on the dollar amount that you set, it could help you with the little nickel and dime impulse spending, but this is definitely geared towards the big ticket. Okay. So, first off, you're going to talk to your significant other, your spouse. Hopefully, they're on board. Y'all can come up with a number together. But if you're not, you still can set this up for you. You taking action and making smarter choices is very powerful. I don't want you to get discouraged just because you're not on the same spot. And we're actually going to talk some tomorrow or next time with the tools that like how to use that if your spouse is a spender and you need them not to overspend money like that. Okay. So what is the 24-hour rule? How does it work? You're going to set a limit. For this example, let's use $100. Now, $100 could be too much for your limit, or it could be nothing. And that really depends on your personal situation. Really, if we've got the budget set in place, again, we're going to get into that more in the next episodes in the series, like what that actually looks like and how you need to have that. But we're going to set the limit. Okay. $100. If you're pushing towards like a hard goal, you want to do something, maybe you're looking to buy a house, maybe you're really are trying to knock out some of the debt. I would probably lower this to like 50, but again, it's your decision, just setting the limit. And again, the tool system that we're going to talk about next time around is going to help with helping you to figure out the limit. Really pulls a lot of it together for you. So you got your dollar limit. We're using $100 for our example. This is not including groceries. Now, I feel like I had to put a caveat on this. Shop when you shop for groceries, shop your grocery list. If you are somebody who buys a lot more that's on your list and you end up blowing $102, $200 more than you plan to on the groceries, then we need to kind of apply the 24-hour rule here as well, or be more strategic in limiting how you're shopping, something, okay? Doesn't include grocery. Those are all budgeted purchases. We're not including money that you've already set aside, like pre-plan for a designated thing. Maybe it's like back to school shopping. Maybe you've got a repair that you have to do around the house and you've planned ahead for it. You've set the money aside. You know that you're working into this, okay? But you're going shopping. You're at the store and you found this item that you want to purchase that's $150. So let's see, what can we buy? What can $150 buy you nowadays? Mm, maybe it's a new tablet. I don't know where you're going to find a tablet for $150, but sure. Maybe it's a $200 tablet and it's on sale for $100 instead. There we go, round numbers. But whatever that limit is that you set, you find something that's above the limit. What the 24-hour rule means is you have to wait 24 hours before you purchase it, even if it means the sale's ending. Even if it's like limited stock and you're concerned they're going to run out. That could be the case with a vehicle, okay? There's just the one vehicle that you've been looking for. What waiting the 24 hours allows you to do is to make that unemotional decision. You let the emotion settle because when we're in the moment and you find the thing that's on sale and you really want it, like that dopamine purchase, dopamine hit, it's right there and you're stuck like in the high of the emotions. But when you wait 24 hours, you're able to see objectively, like, is this something you actually still want? Or was it just something that you wanted in the moment? And if you do still want it 24 hours later, you can go back and get it. And if it was on sale and it's no longer on sale and it's not an urgent thing, personally, what I do is I just watch for it to go on sale again. But you can still purchase it. Just waiting the 24 hours so that you know that like this is something that you actually want. This wasn't just like an impulse purchase that's going to sit and gather dust, right? What you're going to discover, or you'll discover if it's something you really need or want. So here's the exception for this. If you set the intention beforehand. Now, this strategy here is a great one to use when shopping for the holidays, when we have like big sales coming out, Black Friday, like Prime Day deals, all of those things. There was a couple years ago, I wanted an air fryer / instant pot. We knew ahead of time, we had already planned for it, and the Prime Day deal showed up that it was on sale for whatever it was, 50% off or something. We had already planned that we were purchasing that. It wasn't truly an impulse spending because it was already something we had planned to purchase. It just went on sale. So then we purchased it then. Okay. The amount that you're setting is whatever you're comfortable spending. So don't set something that you're not comfortable with spending. Like through big ticket items that are kind of like a lot to spend in your budget, you definitely need to be waiting at least 24 hours. This is designed even for the things that are just kind of like, oh, it'll be okay. All right. That's the 24-hour rule. You wait 24 hours to make the decision, even if it's on sale, even if there's a limited stock, even if it's something you really, really feel like you want in the moment. We're waiting for it and removing that emotion and seeing if you truly want it. And then if you do want it, great, go back and get it. If not, you'll be able to tell within that 24 hours. All right, your action step for today. Send me a message on Instagram. Let me know what kind of impulse spender you are. Are you big ticket item impulse spender, nickel and dime little thing impulse spender? And then, of course, have you heard of the 24-hour rule? Did you already have a limit set? Are you working on one? Can't wait to hear from you. Send me a message on Instagram, and we'll see you next time for the fourth part in our guilt-free impulse spending series. Bye for now. If you're struggling with shame and guilt around your finances, whether it's debt, impulse spending, mistakes from the past, or the fact that you still haven't hit your income goal, then it's time for you to work with me. There are different levels of support and price points that you can use on the path to removing that guilt and shame so you can step into your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique to you, and your support should be too. Go to workwithaimee.com to get started with one of my most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what that next step should be. And those links are hanging out in the description of this video as well.